Our next topic is Deontay Wilder makes stark steroid claims for Andy Ruiz Jr.
Huh?
So before we begin, guys, if you guys enjoy our content, hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into this, because this made my head spin when I was when I was reading it and I saw it. So the Bronze Bomber spoke openly about facing Andy Ruiz in a WBC heavyweight title eliminator, but doesn't believe the former champion has a chance to win. That's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
Wilder says Ruiz needs to take steroids or performance enhancing drugs to be competitive when they trade blows. Andy's a good fighter. I like his willingness and his bravery, but that's not enough to be enough for me, though. Wilder told ES News on the fight to decide the next WBC mandatory challenger. He's going to have to put the extra recipe on top of everything he's got and put some more on it. But this man doesn't have enough for me because I am the man who will knock you out. That's why they fear me. With me, you're going to need extra help. That shoot looks down his arm because that drugs and PEDs isn't going to go anywhere in this sport. We can stop talking about that. Stop paying for these drugs, people. These VADA's drug testing agencies. We can stop all that. We can stop paying it. This stuff, steroids, isn't going anywhere in this business. Wilder added, why do they get on steroid against me? It's the fear. But if you aren't scared like me, haven't got to take PEDs. It's because they're scared. Concluding, Wilder stated, we are just looking for a location right now. The biggest thing for Andy and me is just location. I want to fight Andy. I hope he wants to fight me. Man. What do you think about this, Isaiah?
Sometimes I think social media is a mistake.
100%, my guy.
It makes people look less intelligent and or more petty than they probably mean to be. So I mean, Wilder versus Andy Ruiz is a pretty decent fight, seeing I won't say that the chances are one-sided, but it's no, let me rephrase that. It's not one-sided. It's if Wilder catches Andy Ruiz, it's just as fair to say that as Andy Ruiz getting on the inside and piecing up Wilder with getting past his range. So, I mean, uh, but for him to say that he's using PEDs, man, you gotta have some better level information than that he needs PEDs to catch Wilder, kind of thing. Um, yeah, and I think social media is a mistake sometimes.
Um,
What do you think, Mark?
I don't think it's social media.
You think it's a person?
I think it's Deontay Wilder. I think he's flooded his small brain, his brain that has spewed out lie after lie, delusion after delusion. That now that the only way people can beat him is if they're on PEDs or steroids, because he lied to himself so much when Tyson Fury beat him the first time. He blamed it on his suit. He blamed it on being drugged by his own corner. He blamed it on the crab in the barrel referee. The referee was paid off. He blamed it on Tyson Fury having loaded gloves. He blamed everything, like everything under the sun, he said. And then he endorsed YouTube channels and people that said Tyson Fury was on steroids, and that's the only way they beat Deontay Wilder. So I think it's him, man. Like, he is in that mindset, and us as fans can't change that. We just have to deal with this buffoonery, this nonsense. the remainder
Yeah, I
of his
mean,
career, because like it seems like he's hard set on this.
if you're talking about everything else other than your own skill and your own mistakes that you've made, then yeah, I feel like that's a skill issue.
Yeah, it is a skill issue, and not only that, but more importantly, it's like a mindset issue. Because now you're like, all I need to do is knock him out, and if I don't knock him out and he knocks me out, he cheated because he's on steroids. Because my power is so beyond this world, and whatever I touch collapses and dies. And when that doesn't happen, it's now because his opponent's on steroids. So he has implanted that mindset in himself. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And he's like, oh, because everyone's afraid of him. Yeah, people are going to be afraid of you, and that's completely normal. But what isn't normal is claiming that everyone who's afraid of you has to take steroids to knock you out. What if they're just better skilled than you? What if they have strong, better power than you? What if they just got lucky and landed a lucky shot on you? These are all things that you need to account for, especially in boxing. I just don't know, man.
Well, yeah, no, that's you know, I hope Wilder comes out on top at least once, he can at least talk about his mistakes, maybe, or like the way that he performed, or
if he's like
you know what I
later
mean?
on, like 10 years down the line, he's like, by the way, guys, remember when I said Fury did this? I was just trying to sell the fight. Or he's like, you know, when I told, you know, I made false claims on Andy Ruiz that he has to take steroids, I just used that to sell the fight. I hope he comes out and say that, because if he in his soul believes that fighters have to take steroids to beat him, then he's just delusional.
Oh my god.
He's just delusional.
I mean, he does. You know, when you're at that level and you have those high stakes.
Don't try to justify this, Isaiah.
Maybe he's having like one of those what do you call those, Anthony Joshua moments, where you're just kind of like.
Yeah, but this is kind of crazy, man. Because this is it. Yeah, get on Anthony Joshua for having like a mental breakdown and saying like, how did you beat me? You know, this, that, and third. Because he believes in his skill level. But this one is different because this is some defamatory statement, because this is illegal in the sport of boxing to take steroids.
Mm-hmm.
You could get banned for this type of thing. And this is defamatory. Like Andy Ruiz could be like, you're saying I'm taking steroids? You're questioning my character as a boxer? Let me sue you. You know, it's false claims. There's no... Andy Ruiz hasn't tested positive in his entire career for anything. Maybe for like a ton of sushi and burritos, you know? He likes
man,
sushi.
I love that.
He loves to eat. Yeah, he might have the thing he's gonna be tested is like high cholesterol and diabetes. But he's not gonna get tested for high levels of steroids. No.
Yeah.
There are claims that Wilder is on steroids, and you don't see other boxers saying that Wilder's on steroids. No, this is just claims. It's just hearsay. Don't do yourself like this, Wilder, because if you lose, you're gonna look so bad. You're gonna look so bad. But let us know what you guys think about Wilder making these claims that Andy Ruiz Jr. is on some steroids because he's afraid to fight Wilder. And the only way Andy Ruiz can win is he has to be on the juice. Let us know in the comment section below.